Welcome. You have found your online ethics course. I am Professor Marie Leone, and this is just a brief run through of what to find and where to find it in our course. This is the announcements page that you're looking at right here. The course will always open to that page, and any pertinent information, timely information will be posted to the announcements page. Reminders of deadlines, things, anything that you need to see will post to the announcements page, which is right here. The first thing I talk about here is your need for a headset with a microphone and a webcam. We will have some virtual meetings, and in order to facilitate that, you will need to have the microphone so that you can hear me in the virtual meeting and be able to talk without getting echo feedback. So it's important to have the headset. You will also need a webcam so that you can make your own discussion videos uh, in addition to meeting with me virtually. And of course, then you'll need internet and a computer fast enough to handle that technology. If you have any questions, feel free to give me a call, drop by my office, or send me an email, and we can talk about your particulars. Okay, that said, this is the class over here. This top part is the general stuff for everybody. This is the, like I said, the announcements page. Below that is the class information. You will find the syllabus right here. Please read through it carefully and post questions to the discussion board, which I will show you in a minute. This is how the grades are weighted. We have the papers that we will be writing will be the bulk of our points at 40%. The discussion section will be 20%. There will be a midterm exam and a final exam for the remainder of the points, 25, 30, 40, another 40%. And that is how the grading is done. If you want to see what I'm looking for in grading the papers, the rubric is right here. And that is the class information. I'm not going to go through the entire syllabus. You should read it closely. If you have questions, let me know. Oh, I don't have the links to the books here, though. That is an oversight on my part. So I guess I do want to open the syllabus. I'll post those here. The bookstore has the correct books. There are two books. One is called The Elements of Philosophy and The Elements of Moral Philosophy by James Rachels, and I think they might have a, yeah, this is a more current edition of The Right Thing to Do, which is also by James and Stuart Rachels. So this book, The Elements, talks about how to, oops, I lost my Blackboard page there. There we go. This book talks about how to, the different theories that we're going to study about moral philosophy, the different, historically, the different ways that people have organized their ethical thinking. And this book then applies it to contemporary issues. So this one gets updated a lot, and which is why you need both of them, because they are doing different things, these two books. Okay. So make sure you get those. We do a lot of reading and a lot of writing. This, underneath the class information, is the virtual meetings button. Sometimes I can hold study groups here. I used this a lot over the summer in the online course, and it was pretty good. I'm not going to have us meet all together. There are 25 people in this class. which I think is too many for us to meet in a virtual classroom. So instead, I will meet with each of you at least once to discuss your papers and make sure you're on track with what these papers should look like. They are a little particular, not your standard freshman comp paper, but particular position papers. So we'll talk about that more as we get into the class. This is the link that tells you where to find me and my contact information, which is also on the syllabus. And then down below, we move into the My Work section. And this is a duplicate. Everything that you find under the Assignments tab, you will also find a direct link right underneath it. So the Assignments tab, for example, here we have the first module, the first week's work, which is what is morality. If you look at that, it tells you what the assignments are for the week. They're due the 29th at midnight. You're supposed to read the syllabus, chapter 1 in the Elements book, what is morality. You do the guided reading, fill this out, write that up. You have to make a Word document. It has to be .docx or .doc or .rtf. It has to be one of those formats, no zipped documents or any other formats. You are also to read through a short introduction to moral philosophy. It's not so short. Go through it as best you can. It covers basically, it's like an overview of the whole course, so it's kind of helpful. And the second thing to look at is some basic points about arguments, which talks about what a rational argument is. And these are both in the Right Thing to Do book. After you've done the reading and done your outline on the guided reading, you can watch the video lecture that I've made on the chapter 1 of the Elements book, What is Morality? And that may help you to understand it and discuss it. And then you will post your responses to the guided reading on chapter 1, What is Morality, to the first discussion board, and also then make your first video message just saying hello, and I've posted an example there already. Okay, so that is all for the first week. In subsequent weeks, we will have this and writing, getting into reading and writing about a particular topic. But as this is our first week, I just want to get our feet wet and kind of find our way around things and do some reading and some writing and some video making, but not get too carried away. Okay, so when you go through here, you click into this, you'll see this is my video lecture on chapter 1, What is Morality? Then here's a link to the discussion board to post your video hello, and a link to post What is Morality guided reading outline. That's all that's due this first week. I figure that's enough since we're all figuring out what we're doing. But notice that over here, you can also go straight to the video. These are the required video lectures. And there's the first lecture, What is Morality? There's a lot of other videos that I'll be tapping, which are in their own folders here as well. You can also go directly to the discussion boards. So far, the only ones available is a discussion board for questions. If you have any questions on the class or the syllabus or on the first chapter, you can post them here. Here's where you post your video hello, and here is where you post your outline. Notice that you cannot read anybody else's post in the first forum, What is Morality, until you've posted your outline. So I will be looking for you to post your outline before you read anyone else's outline. Okay, and then once we start writing papers, that link is direct here, but I will also have a link under the Assignments tab. I'll give some directions on how to write papers, And here's some links to outside sources, which are very good, but we'll talk about that at some length as well. All right. And then here's where you will find your midterm and your final, which are currently not available. If you click there, you won't be able to see these, but I can. And last but not least, there is a gradebook for you to keep current. I do my best to keep up with it, but with 25 students in this class, I'm a little worried about getting behind in the grading. As I said, I'll do my best. You'll probably get a little less feedback on your papers than I usually like to give, which, who knows, that might be better. Maybe people are tired of reading all my comments. I'm known for bleeding on papers. I just write a lot. I probably write too much. So maybe that's a good thing. Okay, and then down here is some helpful links. The Encyclopedia of Philosophy is an excellent source. It's pretty serious source. It might be a little more in depth than you may be able to follow. It's really great and trustworthy though. So if you were to put in virtue ethics, for example, and search, it would give you a whole lot of different things to look at. And all of this information is trustworthy. There's a lot of crap on the internet. I'm sure you've noticed that. And so there's a lot of sources that are not trustworthy. And I struggle with that every time I teach this course, where students use sources that are not acceptable. And as we get into talking about your papers, I will address that. I also have a little Facebook group here, which is CCBC Philosophy. You can, oh, look at that. We've already got people who want to join. Yay! And you can chat here, which is part of why I have it set up so that you guys can talk to each other if you want to chat informally via the CCBC Philosophy page. Okay, and I post funny things there that aren't really quite appropriate for the uh, the Blackboard page, like this, right? The myth of Sisyphus, which once you study some philosophy, you'll get these jokes. Okay, demand evidence and think critically. Absolutely. All right, and here's some other things.